I don't know if you knew that, but
Hey, welcome to day 105, which is also the resting temperature, daytime temperature of a chicken, but we're not doing chickens today. Brought you to a really cool place that I think you all might have questions about, but I have the bee master, Mr. Brian Prust here, and we're going to talk a little bit about honey today, and this happens to be the back of his truck, and the truck is it's a cool bee ranger, and Brian runs a few bees around the county, around the country actually, some depending on the time of the year. But Mr. Brian, you're my neighbor, you're a good guy, and you do a lot for agronomic crops, whether people realize it or not. But tell us a little bit about your livestock that you take care of.
First of all, welcome to Prust Honey Farm. We are in the midst of extracting honey already this year. We got some full honey supers, and it is a spring honey that we're harvesting right now, which is the wildflower and dandelion. So come on into the shop and we'll show you.
So this is a retail shop on Eagle Road, and we have a few things rolling. So we're gonna take you through the steps of extracting honey.
This is the older way of extracting. We're still using a hot knife. I do have some new equipment that's going to be going online next year. So all we got is a hot knife right here. And what we do is we take these full frames and we cut the top layer of wax off. And you can see that the honey is exposed then.
And so this honey would be something that would have been from the first flush of flowers then that we saw this spring.
This is the first boxes off the hives, which it's all wildflower and dandelion. And from there, the 12 frames, they go into our extractor. We have a 12 frame extractor. So we load the frames into this centrifuge, which holds 12 frames. They all get set in there. They got a spot that they set into. So then about 6 minutes. I don't know if I can run that with that lopsided. You want to wait a minute or?
Well, we'll talk about a few other things. So
the cappings, this is what we call cappings. Then the cappings go into a spinner, which is over here. And the spinner will run about an hour, and whatever honey is in those cappings will get spun out. And so then we end up with a dry wax. And this dry wax then we will render this winter for wax.
Right.
100% beeswax.
What do people use the beeswax for?
Mostly candles. You know, they make lip balm. You know, so
Burt's Bees and things like that. Maybe people have heard of.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that make their own their lip balms. So
right.
They put the beeswax in that, but mostly for candles.
And so all these things here are supers, is what you call.
They are called supers, yes, and they are full of honey.
So everything here is going to be extracted out. This is a raw wax, and over here you can see that through some of the retail things that they have there. I'll let you talk a little bit about.
This is our spring honey, which is a little bit darker, and that is because wildflower and dandelions tend to run, but it's really got a nice flavor this year. So then we have the clover and the basswood, which is quite a bit lighter. You know, this is last year's, but
right.
We do have the fresh honey on hand right now.
And so, for a person to know if they see something like raw honey versus non-raw honey, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I do stock raw honey. The only thing that makes the difference between raw honey is anytime you apply heat to honey, you cannot really call it raw honey anymore. So this has no heat applied. It's freshly right out of the extractor. So it's got all the good properties, the parts of bee pollen, you know, the good stuff that you need. But this, my heated honey is not heated at a high temperature also, so this is not pasteurized. Heated at a low temperature, not ultra filtered, so it's going to be as close to raw honey, but it's going to have a shelf life of a liquid form for 2 to 3 months.
Very cool. So, and then this is
the
actual...
pure beeswax.
And that's very cool. So, and then you're not always doing honey here.
No.
So maple syrup is another thing, and if I spin around over here, this is the maple syrup evaporator that you guys run, a few taps for people throughout the year.
Yeah, correct. We custom cook for people.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so then people can also come and buy syrup up here on Eagle Road as well.
Yep, absolutely.
So, very cool.
All right, this heat there, you got the sun or the extractor loaded. So all we do is turn it on. 6 minutes. And we flip them. Another 6 minutes. Another 3 minutes probably, and we are done. So the honey comes out into the bucket. Out of the extractor, then we dump it into a barrel, and what we call it floating. We let the honey sit in there for 24 hours so all your wax particles and come to the top. We skim that off. We pull the honey off the bottom the next day, and that's as raw as it gets.
And so it's a cool process if people have not seen this before. But this is how, whether it's in a commercialized state or it is in a smaller operation, this is how honey is extracted.
Same principle on everything. Just spin the honey on the frames.
Where do your bees go? Now we're going to do another feature on this across the road from me in a bee suit and things like that. But where do your bees go in the wintertime? Because this is another cool thing that happens because not all growing seasons end in October.
Right. Yeah. The 1st of November, all my bees get loaded up. They head to California for the winter. They're there for 5 months, and then this spring I actually went to Texas with them. Another, spring in Texas, and then they come back to Wisconsin.
And what?
Spring.
So you, as a farmer, you are out there checking on your bees in California from time to time through the season. So you put a few miles on.
Oh yeah, a lot of miles. Twice out to California, twice to Texas.
And you drive there. You don't fly.
I drive. Yeah.
Okay.
Always hauling equipment out, hauling equipment back, and taking care of the bees. Yeah.
What do you love most about your bees?
It's always like Christmas. Whenever you go into the bee yard, you open up the box, you don't know what you're going to expect inside. It's going to be queen right, a lot of honey. You just don't know. So
Right.
it's just like opening gifts.
Cool.
You just don't know.
Awesome. So, this is another aspect of what we wanted to show you. There are lots of different flowers. If you have a flowering plant in your house and you see bees, honeybees are different than hornets. Please remember that. They're different than hornets. These guys are very docile, and they're just a fun-loving little insect to watch, take care of, and they take care of you. I mean, honey is one of the nature's natural sweeteners. So this has been Fun with Cheese, number 105, believe it or not, which is also the same temperature as a daytime chicken. So you guys take care. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless, and thank you for watching with Fun with Cheese.